Smoke advisories are still in effect in much of Southern California as the bridge fire, the line fire, and also the airport fire all continue to burn. Now, according to the South Coast Air Quality Management District, it is extremely important to take precautions to not inhale the smoke and ash, especially if you live in any of these red areas you see right there on your screen. And here to tell us the best ways to protect ourselves from all that smoke in the air is air quality meteorologist Tommy Winning. Good morning, Tommy. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully you're doing well.
Good morning, Kelvin. Thanks for having me. Hope you're doing well as well.
I am, obviously, but the big news, as you know, has been these fires that are burning all over. We've had these 3 major fires across SoCal, and it comes with so much smoke and ash. And I remember having days throughout this week, Tommy, where I would speak to some of our reporters, and literally they'd cough in mid-sentence. You know, it was getting to them. So how bad is the air quality right now for those in those communities?
Well, right now, especially where you have those air quality advisories out, we only really issue those when the danger is very high in terms of the damage that inhalation of that type of smoke can cause. So it's getting bad, especially when those winds die down and the air is stagnant. So the smoke hangs around quite a bit. And this is the times that folks really need to protect themselves.
And let me ask you, would you just mention protect yourselves? You let me literally right into this next question of asking, like, how can these folks protect themselves? How can we all do that from the smoke? And what can we do? Really, is there ways to even better insulate our homes, especially those in those communities?
Well, in this case, when the smoke is already here, it's just a matter of minimizing their exposure to it. So a big way is stay indoors as much as possible, right? Preferably if you have a clean room that might have an extra indoor air filter, that's important. The good part about like Parker said earlier, is that the temperatures have gone down, so it's understandable. You can keep your doors and your windows and everything closed. You can operate your home and car air conditioners in recirculation mode, right? So you want to close your fresh air ducts and make sure you're recycling all the inside air to cool. And then you want to avoid strenuous outdoor activity. And if you have to go outside, it's important to wear a properly fitted N95 mask in order to give yourself the best opportunity to breathe as clean of air as possible.
And you bring up that N95, and we all know all about that, obviously, because of COVID, you know, Tommy. But I would imagine folks still have some laying around from those couple of years we had to spend with COVID. So that's the handy part, is that probably having those masks handy that they can get to those. You know, we know children, older adults, and folks who have heart disease or respiratory issues or conditions as well. They're at high risk when days like this, when the smoke and the ash is in the air. What are you advising that those groups do right now?
My biggest piece of advice is to stay informed. There are lots of great resources, whether talking about on the television or even computer on the phone. The airnow.gov, it's an EPA website. Fire.airnow.gov is what we call the fire and smoke map, and it gives access to essentially any available air monitor in the area, and they're very easily read by the AQI index: green, yellow, orange, red, purple, maroon, and it will tell them in their exact location or near and around their location what the air quality level is, and that will lead them to the best information in terms of how to protect themselves, to stay inside, to use filtration masks, air filters, things of that nature.
All right, you guys hopefully you're listening to Tommy. Tommy, I'll let you go on this one. Eventually, the air is going to get better, right? The fires are going to dissipate. Well, thank you to our firefighters for putting those out. But quickly for me, Tommy, how fast do these things change? Like if we're sitting here today, Friday, fire goes out, say Monday, is this something that'll be better tomorrow or Tuesday, I should say?
It varies day by day and with the weather. Right now, we're in a more favorable pattern for these things to be suppressed. But again, when you have those stagnant conditions, a lot of times the smoke can hang around for quite some time, even after the fire is well under control. So it's important to stay informed even after the perceived threat is passed. It may still be there. The key is if you can smell smoke, then you might be in an area of risk.
All right, folks, you heard all the tips and advice from Tommy Winning. He is an air quality meteorologist, and I appreciate you joining, Tommy. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kelvin. You too.
More stories in your community, click the subscribe button here. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.